Yes, a police officer gave me the middle finger. He looked at me dead in the eye and gave me the finger. And the worst part is, I didn't even do anything to deserve it. Cops get the middle finger all the time. My first time getting the middle finger, I was a new recruit heading to an emergency call. My coach officer was driving. I was probably 2 months on the road by this time. Lights and sirens activated. And we drove by this guy who gave us a finger. Didn't look, but he just gave us a finger. My coach officer, he was a cop for 20, 25 years at that time. Didn't even faze him. But me, I was new. And it kind of bugged me. It hurt my ego a bit, to be honest. It also bugged me, though, because we were on our way to an emergency call to help somebody else. And I figured this guy had no clue. We're doing something good. We get the finger. So, and I say it was my first time getting the finger because there was numerous times. All right. Hey, everybody. Randy Arsenault here. I'm with
PC Pappy.
Okay, look. So about half an hour ago, we were driving through Scarborough and we passed a bus stop. It was a real busy bus stop. And somebody put their hand up, to wave. At least I thought they were going to wave. They put their hand up. So what happened?
Got the full-blown finger.
They gave us the finger, the full-blown finger. So I put my hand up to wave back because I waved to everybody at bus stops. So why wouldn't I? You
gave him the Pappy's thumbs up.
Pappy gave him the thumbs up. And look, to be honest, that doesn't... nice guns there. That doesn't bug me, okay? It doesn't bother me at all. I don't think it bothers you. If I have to be honest, okay, this is what bugs me. The fact that there was normal families at the bus stop who had to see that type of disrespect in kids and all that type of stuff. They had to see that. So just to make myself feel better, I think they were probably giving Pappy the finger, not me.
Oh, yeah. It is.
So what do you think about that? I'm just looking for a little bit of feedback. This is a random post. What do you think about that? Have a good day. So, not cool. You can have your opinions about the police, and no laws were broken, but there was kids around, and again, that's just not cool. That's not really controversial. That's just reality. But it's controversial when it goes the other way, when a cop does it. I want to ask a question. Should cops be able to do that? Should cops be allowed to swear, to use foul language, say the F word while in uniform and dealing with a member of the public? Depending on the scenario, and I'm going to explain my reasoning for this, but my answer is yes, they should. Here's exactly the spot where the police officer gave me the middle finger for no reason whatsoever. I was standing at the corner of King George Highway and 104th Street in Surrey, BC. The cop was stopped at a red light across the street from me, waiting to go. It was late at night. I was 16 years old. I just got off work from McDonald's in Wally, heck of a place. It was like 1 a.m. It was just me and him. He turned on his rooftop lights, drove through the red light, and then turned them off when he got to the other side, and then just kept going. But when he went through the intersection, as he drove by me, he gave me the finger. I still remember exactly what he looked like. And he even kind of ducked in the car a little bit when he went by, just so he could see my face. He wanted to make sure that I saw him. He wanted me to know. And I don't mind sharing this because it was over 30 years ago. The cop is no doubt retired. And I hope that he was humbled at some point in his career and maybe that he corrected his ways. But if not, I hope he's miserable in retirement. He didn't know that I come from a police family and I actually supported the police. I wasn't dressed bad. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. But of course, that really shouldn't matter. On a side note, I also made a video about why police officers do that. Why they sometimes activate the rooftop lights when they're in the car, when they're coming up to a red light or they're stopped at a red light, and then drive through the intersection, then turn the lights off and then keep going, keep driving. I made a video about why that happens and why it's usually a very good thing and completely justified. I'll link it at the end. Make sure you check it out, especially if it bugs you. But when that happened, and also when it happened the first time, so when I was with my coach officer, the incident in Surrey where the cop gave me the finger, that came to mind. Maybe something like that happened to those guys back in the day, and for them it's like a payback. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying. It always came to my mind. And listen, I feel like I have to say this as well. The vast majority of police are good. They're good, honest people who do their jobs with integrity. But let's not act like there hasn't been a few bad apples. You can support the police and have their back while still calling out bad officers. Let's quickly get into the whole cops swearing on the job. It's hard making these videos sometimes because no matter what the reasoning, I guarantee that some people in the comments, they're going to come back at me saying that I think cops should be able to walk around swearing and cursing at people all day whenever they want. Well, give your head a shake. Nobody's saying that. What I am saying, though, is that sometimes it's necessary for police officers to match the mood of the person or the mood of the crowd that they're dealing with. I share real stories when I try to get a point across in a video, and I'm going to do that again now. There's a very common scenario I've seen more times than I care to remember. So cops get called. Someone got assaulted, maybe multiple people. Suspect is still on scene, armed with a knife, a bat, whatever. They're still yelling and they're acting violent towards people. Cops get called. So you get there as fast as you can, and you're a cop in this scenario. When you arrive, you see him, okay? Male, athletic build, he's all jacked up, still has a bat with him in his hand, shirt off, screaming, acting like he's going to start swinging. Now you could arrive, and we've seen this, multiple videos about this, approach the suspect, sir, I need you to calm down, sir. Now he's yelling at you, swearing, calling you names, insulting you. Sir, I'm sorry you feel that way. Please calm down, drop the bat. Now that you've been there for a minute or two and you haven't taken action, he knows what he can do. He knows what he can get away with. And the more aggressive he acts, the more aggressive he talks, the more police seem to recoil. Now, of course, the officers on scene, they have to assess the situation because there's other factors at play. The safety of the bystanders, his safety as well. I'm not casting judgment here. I'm just talking about a couple different approaches. Or a unit shows up on scene. Within seconds, you see this person, they've already assaulted people, you got the details in the call, they still have the bat, they're considered a threat. You get out of the car fast with your partner while he's yelling, while he's swearing at you, it's still going on. You match his tone, even the foul language, which he understands at the moment. Drop the effing bat, get on the effing ground while preparing your own use of force options. This guy knows you mean business. The people around can tell, and he drops a bat. You cuff him, he's on the ground, done. I already know this scenario can be ripped apart with 1,000 what-if questions, and there's thousands of other scenarios that I could use, okay? What I'm saying is that sometimes you need to match the energy of the person that you're dealing with. And being passive and polite, it's not always the way. And now, of course, there could be a clip of you which goes viral, and all the people want to concentrate on in this clip is the fact that the officer swore. The officer was unprofessional. They hurt my feelings because I've never heard that before. And hopefully if that happens to you, if you're the officer in that scenario, hopefully you have strong command that has your back. Nobody is saying that police officers should have carte blanche with language. This is just an example that I think most people would agree with. And I bet those who don't agree, they've never been in that type of situation before in their lives. Those cops who showed up and dealt with that appropriately, they deserve to be thanked. They deserve our respect. And I'm very well aware of a video out there where the recent video where the police were interacting with somebody, and before the police left in their vehicle, one of the cops gave the finger. I shared the story and I got into some of these details again, long before that took place, okay? This is not about that at all. Listen, I'm going to link that video about the cops turning on their emergency equipment to go through red lights at the end and why it's often a good thing. And they should be thanked as well. Please check it out. It might interest you. I mentioned before that I read every single comment that people leave and I respond when it's appropriate to do so. So please share your thoughts on this. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there. Look after one another. And perhaps we will see you again.